Imagine a company so powerful that its public listing could shake the entire stock market. Not a social media company, not a mobile app, not an online shopping platform. A rocket company. SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk, could be heading toward one of the biggest IPOs in history. Reports suggest the company may raise tens of billions of dollars and could become one of the most valuable companies in the world. But this story is not just about money. This is about a major change in technology. For decades, the biggest companies in the world were built around the internet. Google changed search. Apple changed smartphones. Microsoft changed software. Amazon changed shopping. Meta changed social media. These companies made billions by keeping humans connected through screens. But SpaceX is different. SpaceX is not only building software, it is building rockets, satellites, spacecraft, launch systems, and space internet. So when SpaceX enters the stock market, it will not be just another IPO. It could become the beginning of a new space age. For the last 20 years, technology meant screens, search engines, smartphones, social media, online shopping, cloud computing. The biggest companies in the world became powerful because they controlled the digital world. They controlled how we search, how we communicate, how we shop, how we work, and how we entertain ourselves. But SpaceX represents something completely different. It is not just another internet company. It is not just another software platform. SpaceX is building physical infrastructure. Rockets that return to Earth, satellites that cover the planet, launch systems that can send cargo into orbit, and spacecraft that could one day take humans to the moon and Mars. This is why the SpaceX IPO is so important. It may signal that the next generation of technology giants will not only be digital companies. They may be companies that build real-world infrastructure. Factories, rockets, satellites, space stations, and transportation systems beyond Earth. The last tech era connected humans through screens. The next tech era may connect Earth to space.
Most people think SpaceX is only about rockets, but the real business is much bigger. SpaceX has three major engines of growth. The first is rocket launches. Before SpaceX, sending something into space was extremely expensive. Rockets were usually used once and then destroyed. Every mission cost massive amounts of money, and launch schedules were limited. But SpaceX changed the industry. By landing and reusing Falcon 9 boosters, SpaceX made rocket launches cheaper, faster, and more frequent. This changed everything. Reusable rockets helped SpaceX become one of the most powerful companies in the launch industry. Governments, private companies, satellite operators, and defense agencies all need access to space, and SpaceX provides that access. Every successful launch strengthens its position. Every reused rocket proves that space travel can become more efficient. This is why investors are watching closely. SpaceX is not only launching rockets, it is changing the economics of space. And when the cost of reaching orbit goes down, the possibilities go up. More satellites, more missions, more customers, more industries. Rockets are not the end of the story. They are the beginning.
The second major engine of SpaceX is Starlink. Starlink is SpaceX's satellite internet business. It uses thousands of satellites in low Earth orbit to provide internet across the planet. Homes, aircraft, ships, remote villages, businesses, military users, and governments. This is extremely important because Starlink gives SpaceX something most rocket companies do not have: recurring revenue. A rocket launch happens once, but internet subscriptions can bring money every single month. That makes Starlink one of the most important parts of SpaceX's future valuation. It turns SpaceX from a company that launches rockets into a company that provides a global communication network. And this network is not limited by cables, towers, or borders in the same way traditional internet systems are. For people living in remote areas, Starlink can be life-changing. For ships and aircraft, it can provide high-speed connection anywhere. For governments and defense agencies, it can become critical infrastructure. This is why Starlink may be the heart of SpaceX's IPO story. Because rockets are powerful, but monthly internet revenue is what investors love.
The global space industry is no longer science fiction. It is already a massive business. Satellites help us with GPS, weather forecasting, military intelligence, internet connectivity, banking systems, logistics, agriculture, climate tracking, and communication. Every time you use maps on your phone, track a delivery, check the weather, or connect to satellite internet, you are already using space infrastructure. And this is just the beginning. The future space economy may include satellite internet, moon landers, space robotics, private space stations, asteroid mining concepts, space tourism, military defense systems, and even manufacturing in orbit. This is why SpaceX has become so valuable, because almost every space business needs one thing first: access to orbit. And SpaceX is one of the strongest companies in the world at providing that access. This is similar to the early days of railroads. In the past, railroads connected cities, industries, and markets. Whoever controlled the railroads had enormous power. Today, SpaceX may be building the railroads of space. Its rockets are the tracks. Its launch pads are the stations. Its satellites are the network. And Starship could become the vehicle that takes the system beyond Earth.
But this story also has risk. SpaceX may be one of the most exciting companies in the world, but it is not a simple investment. Rocket science is expensive. Starship testing is risky. Satellite networks require massive spending. Government contracts can change. And public investors may question how much control Elon Musk and insiders will keep after the IPO. That is why this IPO could become one of the most debated listings in history. Supporters will say SpaceX is building the future. Critics will say the valuation is too high. Supporters will say Starlink can become a global internet giant. Critics will say space infrastructure is expensive and difficult. Supporters will say Elon Musk has already changed electric cars and rockets. Critics will say one man may have too much influence over the company's future. And both sides may have valid points. Because SpaceX is not a normal company with a normal business model. It is a bet on the future. A bet that humans will need more satellites. A bet that internet from space will keep growing. A bet that rockets will become more reusable. A bet that Moon and Mars missions may one day become real business opportunities.
The biggest question is simple. Can SpaceX turn its huge vision into huge profits? If yes, this IPO could become a historic moment. It could prove that the next generation of trillion-dollar companies will not only be built on software, they will be built on science, engineering, rockets, satellites, and infrastructure beyond Earth. But if SpaceX fails to meet expectations, investors could learn a painful lesson. The future is exciting, but it is also expensive. Still, one thing is clear. The SpaceX IPO is not just about Wall Street. It is about the direction of technology itself. The last tech era connected the world through screens. The next tech era may connect Earth to space. And SpaceX wants to lead that future. Maybe the next great technology empire will not be built inside a phone. Maybe it will be built in orbit. And maybe, one day, on Mars.